Casey with Accidental Homeschoolers. If you are new to my channel, I am a homeschooling mom of two. I'm a former teacher and I love to share things about homeschooling and just basically our life as we homeschool. So if you are new, you probably need to watch some previous videos and I'll link that below. But I wanted to give you guys a life update. So in a couple of videos ago, I talked about moving and homeschooling. How do you sell your house and prepare it for showing and do all these things and still homeschool? Well, if you watch that video, you know, so far it's been a wild ride. The ride is continuing. All right, so what I left off with is that we had chosen an offer, we decided who we were going to sell our house to, and as of right now, the sale is still going through. We're under contract. It's still probably going to take a few weeks to close everything. I still feel very good about who we're selling our house to. Everything is just clicking along great and it's wonderful. But as soon as we did that and we came home, I realized we have to find a house for ourselves. I mean, we're literally moving almost all the way across the country. Like, we don't have the opportunity to go and find a house and then pack up and move and go. So we have to do this sight unseen, which a lot of people are having to do. And if you're not aware, the housing market is insane. You know, I thought, great, it's a seller's market. Selling our house is going to be awesome compared to like last year. This is going to be wonderful. And then I realized, wait, I have to find a place for us to live. And we're only going to be there for a year. So we're just going to rent. And I thought, oh, finding a rental home, this will be so easy, especially where we're going. No big deal. Yeah. The rental market is just as insane as the buying and selling market. And the reason for that is there's a housing shortage. They're not building new homes because the cost of wood is like ridiculous. So contractors aren't really building new homes. There's only so many homes. And with the market being inflated, you have to pay a lot more for a house. Now, we didn't do that. You know, we got fair market price. We didn't overcharge. They didn't offer us bucketfuls of money and we took, you know, some crazy offer. You know, that's not how it worked for us. And I wouldn't have felt okay with that. So people who normally buy are now renting because they don't want to pay an inflated price for a house. So they're going to rent. So that means there's more people trying to rent homes. And people who have rental homes are selling them because they can get more out of their house now. Like, it's a great opportunity financially for them. So there's so few rental houses on the market. So we have been trying. I couldn't get anyone to call me back. I called property management companies in that area. I expanded my search. Like, no one would call me back. No one would email me back. Nothing. So we're getting to crunch time. Like, we have to be out in, I think, like 4 weeks. So let's just say we've been panicking. So the other options were I could stay with my parents, with my kids, and my husband can go ahead for the year or for, you know, however long it takes for us to find a place to live. You know, a couple months, 6 months. I mean, if it's 8 months, there's no point. I might as well just stay where I'm at. So we had that option and it was like, well, maybe we could rent an Airbnb for like a month or two until something opens up. And it was just getting to be this humongous thing. And I'm like, okay, but where are the movers going to take our stuff? Is it just going to sit in a truck in a storage facility for, you know, months being hot, like ruining my stuff? Like, I was having all these crazy thoughts. So, cool thing is, yesterday we found a place to live. Thank you, God, because we were really stressing out about it. I thought we were going to be separated for the next year, which, I mean, I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world. I have a place to live. I have a home to live in, not where my husband's going to be. You know, I would have help from my parents, but it's not ideal. That's not what we want. So we found a place to live, and it's not exactly what we wanted. We could not find a house. And so my husband yesterday morning said, you know, we might have to live in an apartment. And I was like, no. I don't like that idea at all. See, I grew up on a horse farm. I grew up with a lot of space. I currently live in a neighborhood and it already kind of like bothers me that there's people all around, and I just want to do what I want and not have to be bothered by other people. I know not everyone is like that, but you know, I enjoy quiet and I just want to go home and not have to listen to the neighbor across the street's music, or the person that drives past the house with their music blaring, or in my bedroom hear the neighbor's motorcycle start up at like 5 a.m. and it wakes me up. Like, I don't enjoy that. I enjoy living like out in the country. So we found a townhouse. It's a 3-bedroom townhouse and it has a garage so that we can still have, you know, our gym in the garage. But we're losing a lot of square footage. So yeah. So our plan originally had been we'd take just a trailer full of stuff towards my parents. We were going to stay there for a few weeks, enjoy a little vacation, and then continue on to our destination. And we'd just have, you know, like Kennedy's crib because she sleeps better in it. And I'd rather have her sleeping in that when I stay with my parents than the pack and play because she just doesn't sleep well, which means I don't sleep well. So I wanted stuff like that. I wanted to have a mattress in case our household goods are not delivered exactly when we want them to, you know, basic stuff like that. So I thought just a small U-Haul trailer and like we'd be fine. Yeah, so the townhouse we're renting is going to be a lot smaller. It's not tiny, but we're losing like 500 or 600 square feet, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. So when you have a 4-bedroom house and you have to go down to 3, well, I've got this spare bedroom where this bed over here can't go with us because there's nowhere to put it. You know, the garage is going to be smaller, so we can't just store stuff. There's a lot of extra furniture that we're not going to be able to take. I have like an armoire that I put my workout clothes in. Yeah, that can't go because there's not enough wall space to put it in our bedroom. But I will say the closets are bigger, so there'll be space in the closet. So we are going to have to get a truck to take a large amount of stuff towards my parents. So I have a home in that area, and so does my husband. We had them like previous before we were married. And so I have a shed. We're going to put a lot of stuff. His home is currently being rented. Mine is not. So we're going to put a large amount of things in storage. You know, those things that you have in your garage or attic that like, you know, pictures, like there's no reason for us to take that stuff with us and then haul it back across the country or wherever we're going after this next year. So we're going to take that and put that in my shed, and then we're going to go down a couch. So we're going to put a couch in my house. I don't want to put it in a storage facility just because I don't know where we're going after this move, where we're going to be a year. So at least I know it's somewhere safe and someone's looking after it. So there's lots of pieces of furniture. There's lots of things. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, everything, but we have to unload a lot of stuff. And so I didn't want to have the movers take everything. We say, oh, put this in there, and then have them take it to a storage facility only to in a year load it all back up. And like it, I'll just feel better knowing it's in a safe place and somebody's watching it. So then from there, when we leave my parents to head across the country, we should only need a small U-Haul trailer for certain things, which is fine because we've done that before in the past. But anyway, so far, this is our life, but I have secured a home. And it's funny because we're going to be living like in the back of a luxury apartment complex, which sounds so weird to me. Luxury apartment complex. I don't even know what that means. But I have talked to the property managers, you know, told them our situation. You know, we were having a hard time finding a house, and like I pursued it aggressively yesterday and sealed the deal and got it. I don't know if anyone else was looking at it, but she probably was like, this lady's crazy. I'm going to make sure she has a house. But anyway, it's at the back. She showed me on a map. She sent me a map, you know, where it was, and it's at the very back. So we're not going to be surrounded by lots of people. But in our specific building, there's 4 units, and there's 4 units across from us and some behind us. And So I thought, well, at least we're at the back of the facility, so, you know, I won't have to listen to people who live in a 1-bedroom apartment that are like, you know, college students or really young and they like to be loud. So it's probably like old people older people in the back, hopefully families. And it has 2 pools, and it has a playground for toddler age kids, and it has a playground for kids my son's age. And I thought, you know, this might be great. You know, I can't imagine how many people are going to be using a pool during the week next year. So hopefully we'd have the pool to ourselves during the day, maybe in the afternoon, like when we take our school break. And, you know, the playground is covered, so, you know, he and she won't be hot. My children won't be hot. You know, and we just kind of joked. I was like, we're just going to pretend we're like super urban people. We're going to pretend like we're urbanites for like a year, and that might be fun. But the other issue we were having in the area was finding a home in the good part of town. So there's a good part and there's a bad part, and there's kind of some in between. And, you know, homes were kind of like on the outskirts. The homes that were for rent that we were finding were like on the outskirts of like the bad part of town. And, you know, when you're home all day with your kids, you want to feel safe in your home. You don't want to be worrying like, you know, what's going on when your husband's at work all day and you're home with your kids. So, you know, that will be a plus. It's on the good side of town. We're close to a lot of really great things. The town has 4 Targets. If you like Target like me, you're going to think that's super exciting, because currently where I live, we have 1. Which, I mean, 1's enough, but like 4 Targets. So anyway, overall, I'm grateful. I'm so happy. It'll be an adventure, and I can do videos on homeschooling in a small space. You know, making do with what we brought, and then there'll probably be videos of me going, I wish we'd brought this with us. That would have been nice. So it's going to be an adventure, and I will keep you guys updated on what's going on and as we start moving and traveling. I enjoy seeing this content from other people because I find other people's lives fascinating, especially homeschool families, because you're just different than everybody else. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please do. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye! Every change has a reason.